We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
The show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the roving reporters and, of course, Kim and Kerry.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Well, good morning, everybody, and good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 57. We are so excited to be with you on this Friday morning, and we need to kick things off with a special announcement. So I just want to let everybody know that Kim and Kerry are not able to be with us today. So the hosts for this morning are Jill Olish, Kat Corchado, and myself, Adam Rothenberg. And we are so excited to be with you today. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Adam, does that mean that we have permission to go rogue in a good way?
I'm not giving permission and I'm not denying permission. So
in other words, I'm on my own. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. Who knows what's going to happen today? And for all I know is we may come up on the stage in different positions after every segment. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I might just end up pushing buttons and I don't even have the words to say.
Okay, as long as we don't end early, I think, however it's mixed up and rogueness is going to be, I think we'll be all fun and games, and I'm excited to see where today's show takes us.
Yes, I am too. So should we kick things off, Jill?
I think so. I guess we can go right to our first segment, which is our beloved Entrepreneurland. I love how we all bob our heads in the green room because it's such a catchy tune.
And then we come back and we're like,
I wish everybody could see us in the green room.
Well, we're going to be, actually, I feel like this topic has come out of our Fierce Entrepreneur Summit. And I wonder if that's how this came about, but we're still talking connections. And today's theme is follow up with the connections. So we will go ahead and just discuss between the three of us what that means for us. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Kat had a really spicy question regarding this topic, and I'd love for you to kick us off with that question.
a little spicy and maybe a little saucy too, I just want to say. So we've all met people and we think we've made a connection. But when you're in business as an entrepreneur, is it really a connection if you don't follow up? Discuss.
I have to say, I had always been the worst at following up. And I think because I felt like it was a chore when it wasn't the right kind of connection. It wasn't for me, it wasn't feeling right, and I just felt obligated. And so it just never happened. So it probably never ended up being a real connection based off of that question. And now you got me thinking about which connections am I not following up with that really are connections that need to be connections?
Well, what about if someone you follow up, but no one follows up with you? You know what I mean? You send a follow up and no one ever gets back to you. And so I feel as though I've taken the time to do this. If they don't want to follow up with me, it's okay. I would just kind of rather them say that instead of having me wait. What do you think, Adam?
Well, I know in this community, I'm known as the king of interviews, but in other places, I may also be known as the king of not follow up. So I, which I'm not saying is a good thing. I'm just saying that I too, similar to Jill, am not great on the follow up. I mean, especially when it comes to responding to emails. If I get a lot of invites to see a show or to interview someone, and if it's just something I'm not interested in, I would say 9 times out of 10, I don't write back to say I'm not interested. But on the occasions that I do write back, I then get a reply, "Oh, thank you so much for responding." They're appreciative, even if it's a no, they're appreciative that I took the time to write back. And I try to remember that as much as possible, but I feel like I get into that overwhelmness of how many emails we all get a lot of emails every day. I don't think there's anybody who says, I don't get any emails. I think we all get an
A
abundance.
lot.
Yeah. And so I get into that overwhelm of I just can't reply, or I can't write one more email today. And then the next day comes and then I forget that I didn't reply, and it's a problem with being human, I think.
Well, what about finding a different way to follow up? Maybe I think on Instagram, you can actually send a voice thing, where you can just, hey, I wanted to say thank you for meeting with me. We had a great conversation. I hope we can get together soon for whatever this discussion was. And then it doesn't feel like such a heavy lift. I do that with text and with Instagram. And I think it takes the heavy out of it without having to sit down and formulate an entire email. Because like you said, Adam, everyone gets emails. And if you don't, then you probably don't want any emails. But if you're an entrepreneur, I'm sure that you get plenty of emails.
I think that's a great ad. And I do like that tool in the voice memos. And Adam, on your part too, and Kat, you asked the question, but just being upfront and honest, and no, I'm not interested. How can you put that in a nice way of saying now's not a great time for this connection? Or like you said, sending that little bit of a message. That way the ball's in their court then to go ahead and respond to you. And sometimes they may not be into it too. So we just have to brace ourselves for that. They may not want to be upfront and honest because they feel like it's a heavy lift for them too. So it goes both ways, I think.
I'm sorry, Adam, go ahead.
All right. I was just going to say, I think Jill can attest to the fact that I'm not much of a voice memo person, because when we communicate for things on the team, Jill is great about sending a voice memo to explain something. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. And then there I am typing back. And
I also have a toddler and cannot write a message all the time.
And I think part of it is also maybe in the era that I grew up is I'm more of a let me write back instead of, and maybe that goes with, I know during the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit, I think it was during the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit, we were talking about phone calls.
Yeah.
And I'm not as huge as talking on the phone as I used to be. So maybe that's also where my let me just type comes back into, as opposed to doing a voice message.
I never thought about that. And again, finding out how the connection wants to stay connected. Is it by text? Is it by email? Is it by phone? Or none of the above? I love this discussion.
Similarly to the way I may not respond to an email, I rarely pick up my phone. I mean, I know I said this on the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit. If it's outside of my parents, my brother, my aunt, my uncle, I rarely pick up the phone. And if you're not in my address book, I'm definitely not picking up your phone call, because obviously I have no idea who it is. Most likely it's going to be a robocall. So I don't know where that came from, because I used to love to talk on the phone. I used to write back to every single email, and then I got into some kind of habit. And it's not just it's not just connections of people inviting me to a show. I mean, there are times I've gotten a lot better at this, but there were plenty of times, and I know my mom can attest to this, that she would send me an email and days would go by and she would be like, did you get my email? Or are you going to write back to my email? And then I'll just be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And it went on. I'm much better at it now, but even if my mom emailed me, I wouldn't necessarily reply right away or sometimes at all. And then I would just be like, well, let's just talk about it since we're on the phone. So I'll just answer your questions now. But Mom, I'm getting better. I'm doing my best, Mom. I really am.
Well, let's move on to our next segment. It's become one of my favorites, and it's called GMA Chronicles. And this is a chance for everyone listening to see what we have accomplished in this community. I'm patting all of us on the back because we work really hard. And so let's go there, Adam.
Thank you, Kim and Kerry. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some exciting updates to share today, April 19th, 2024. The GME Chronicles is the celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you to show you what is possible when we come together. The total of 16 events last week included Kat's Pilates classes, the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit, and 6 mastermind sessions with My Sexy Business. On Clubhouse, Kat and Yvonne hosted their room on Monday. Adam and Kim hosted the Not Creepy room on Wednesday, followed by mine and Linda's room on Thursday. On LinkedIn Audio, Donna hosted her room on Tuesday. Adam hosted 3 interviews, and My Sexy Business posted 79 YouTube clips and went live on Friday with show number 56 of GME. 6 new podcast episodes were dropped last week. Go give them a listen. Mucked Up, My Self-Care, Late Bloomer Living, Sisters in Service, Buckets and Boom Gates, The Money Barista, and 5 and 15 Interview Leadership Series. This week's total of 107 brings the grand total to 4,444 amazing things. We look forward to more updates next week. And if you are ready to join in on the fun around here, coming up, we have on April 29th, the Vision Board Party, and May 1st and 2nd, the Groundwork Brigade Open House. We hope to see you soon. Back to you, Kerry and Kim.
I love how much that number just keeps going up.
I know. That was a good number,
It's
too.
so exciting. I know. It's super exciting.
And we do want to remind everybody that these numbers are cumulative of what everybody does in the community. And if you are just starting out, don't be intimidated by these numbers and everything that has been happening, because we all started at 0 and had to take that first step forward. So we just want to make sure that you, the entrepreneur who is watching, knows that this is not a right out of the gate kind of thing. This has been cumulative over time. Thank you. So should we cheers then?
Oh, yes.
All right. Cheers to an amazing week of everything that we have accomplished.
Mm-hmm. I have my water bottle.
I love it. And it's purple.
And it's purple.
And we have to do a special cheers to Kim and Kerry, who once again couldn't be with us today, but we love you, we miss you, and we can't wait to see you. So cheers.
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 All right. So I think we have a question from one of our viewers. And Adam, I think you have that for us.
I do. Here's a question from one of our viewers. I feel awkward contacting someone after meeting them at a networking event. Do you have any suggestions for how to reach out to them without being creepy?
Oh, goodness. I love that. And I'm glad this is the question that we had for today because of how well it goes with their theme and what you had said, Kat, about finding out the way that someone wants to be contacted when you meet them. So depending on the contact information that someone gives you, how will you get back? And I think that's one way of avoiding being creepy is by contacting them the way that they asked to be contacted in. But yeah, that's what I got. How about you guys?
I think for me, it's when I reach out to someone is reminding them where we met, to say, hi, Adam, we met at the blah, 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 blah. I got your number from a card if you're texting or whatever. I would love to, just get together or whatever, whatever you guys discuss. And I think once they realize, because we all get busy, and all of a sudden someone named, whatever reaches out, and you're like, I don't remember that person. But if they say, oh, I met you here, that brings your memory back and you understand. You're like, oh, okay, I do remember this person.
Well, Kat, I just have to say, I can't wait for Lottie Dottie and everybody to meet at the blah, blah, blah. And there was something else you just said that I was like, oh my God, that's going to make such a great soiree. And probably for anybody watching who may not know the everybody in Lottie Dottie, there was one day where Kat was getting ready to send out invitation to something, and she said, well, I don't just want to invite everybody in Lottie Dottie. And I absolutely love that phrase, and I use it on a daily basis, and I cannot thank you enough, Kat, for that brilliant phrase.
No problem, Adam. Or it's just a way of saying I don't want to invite everybody. It's invitation only. And it just kind of flew out of my mouth. So sorry.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. But I will say I agree with what both of you are saying about contacting someone the way they want to. I actually never thought about asking, how would you like to be contacted? And in the days of, I don't know if people still use business cards today, but certainly when I was coming up in this career, a business card was very important, especially at in-person events. I only would put my email address on. Now, I know I just admitted to everybody that I'm not the best at responding to emails, but I also didn't want everybody I met calling me, if I don't really know them. If I'm getting my business card out, I felt more comfortable giving somebody my email address than giving my phone number. So I think even though I may struggle sometimes with replying back to emails, I still feel like for me, email is the best is the best way to get in touch with me.
I love how all these questions and everything, all of this has been leading into connections and how to stay connected if you want to and how. And so I think we're going to go into our next segment. Our first roving reporter, one of my friends and the other half of Salty Sister, is Yvonne Marchese, and she's going to be speaking about entrepreneurship later in life.
Yvonne Marchese, age agitator, podcast host, community builder, branding photographer, published author, event speaker, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. Have you played today? I'm guessing you haven't. And if you have, did you have that little twinge of guilt that tends to come along with playing when you're older that says, maybe I should be doing something more productive? Yeah, the struggle is real. But I'm going to tell you something. Play is serious business. See what I did there? It is how our brain develops and fires connections. We have, they say, 60,000 thoughts a day, and 95% of those are automatic and unconscious, and 85% are negative. No wonder we're stuck in the same old habits and ways of doing things, right? Play helps you rewire connections because it's tied to a high emotion, and the brain ties that in to your experience and helps you remember things and develop new habits. It's provides stress relief. It fosters creativity. It's good for our health, and it's been shown to ward off dementia. So make some time in your calendar for a little bit of play here and there. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Okay, can I just say those numbers just make me tired just hearing them? It's like I'm exhausted. But Yvonne is almost, and I don't want to use the E word, which is expert, but she's the only person I know who has been doing this experiment about being playful as an adult in midlife. And if you're having problems with that, or you need some ideas, she has an amazing book. It's called In Full Bloom, A Guide to Aging Playfully. And it's a way for you to be, you know how your kids act silly? Remember when your kids are little and they would act silly and you'd act silly with them and it was okay? Why not just act silly by yourself when no one's watching? That's one way to just play. So I'm just going to leave it there. What do you guys think?
Oh, go ahead, Jill.
Okay. I'm at the stage where I do get to play with my son quite frequently. And now getting to learn from Yvonne a little earlier than being older and aging playfully, I get to remember these things to keep them going as I age. So I'm just banking all of my tips now. And yeah, I do feel a little bit of that guilt that she was talking about when I go take the time to be playful with my son. But that was the whole point of being an entrepreneur. So here we go.
I agree. I don't have any kids or pets to play with, but Angela and I do, like, we will have fun. We will like reenact a TV show that we saw or something. We are rewatching the Melrose Place, the original Melrose Place, and we are reciting the lines to each other. We kind of pretend we're the characters when we talk to each other. So we do find a way to be playful as well. And it's fun. It really adds like a nice break to the day.
And it's a lightness, you know, it brings light to your day. And I used to play with my son when he was younger, and it was because I didn't want to do the other thing, which was maybe clean the house. So I've always wanted to play. I think now that I've gotten older, I stop explaining why I'm playing or feeling guilty about it. So,
well, I have no idea what I was just about to say, but I was trying to say something about not feeling guilty. And we are going to go into the other half of the Salty Sisters, the freaking fabulous Kat Crociato. We are going to go on to her segment of health and wellness for entrepreneurs. And here we go.
The friggin' fabulous Kat Crociato, proud US Air Force veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
thanks, Kim and Kerry. Hi, everybody. Here is week 2 of the stretch that you can add on where you don't even have to get out of bed to do these, okay? So here's the second stretch. Again, you're in your bed. You've done your first stretch. The second stretch is this one. So you bring your knee in, just take the knee out to the side. Now support it with this hand, don't let it just go out. The important thing to remember is the opposite hip doesn't go with you. It stays on the floor or on the bed. And just breathe. Now try to use this hand and pull that knee up underneath your armpit. Oh, it's a big stretch. And then switch sides, same thing. Bring the knee in, take it out, and this leg again can do whatever you want it to do. It can be bent, slightly bent, straight, whichever works best for you. Oops, see, this hip wants to come up, so be careful here. Now pull the knee up underneath your armpit. It's a huge inner thigh stretch. And release. So you can do those 2 stretches from the one from last week and this week back to back. And I hope that you will make sure that this is appropriate for your body. And until next time, back to you, Kim and Kerry.
All right. I will definitely say I was trying to do that stretch in my chair. Definitely much better to do it on the floor, Kat.
It's a little hard to do it sitting up. If you can do that, then you don't need me or Pilates or stretches or anything. I'm just going to say.
Well, I definitely need you because I was not able to do it in the chair. So I think that was a brilliant stretch that you showed. And I want everybody to know that Kat, in addition to the stretches she's showing on GME, Kat has a whole online community called SS Pilates, and she offers a free week of classes. And Kat, just correct me if I'm wrong. The online community is for women only. Is that
Yes,
correct?
at this point,
Okay.
yes.
So connect with Kat if you're looking to get more flexible. If you're looking to feel good in your body, that is one thing that Kat believes, is that everybody has the right to feel good in their body. So connect with Kat and find out how you can take advantage of her free week of SS Pilates.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, those stretches definitely help for entrepreneurs who've been sitting for very long periods of time. And for something that's not going to take a whole lot of time, I'd love to get us to our next commercial, and we'll take it over there.
This show is sponsored by Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address things like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us at Groundwork Brigade Mastermind Open House.
Thanks for sticking around, and we have some more show to get to. So, Kat, I believe you are helping us out next.
I am. So for those of you that don't know, we have some royalty in our group. And the first is our next roving reporter. We call her the Queen of Findability. And it is Denise Millay with Helping Entrepreneurs Be Found Online.
Denise Millay, a findability queen, tech simplifier, game show host, published author, website builder, founder of M Media Group and GME roving reporter.
Good morning, entrepreneurs. Today we're going to talk about being specific. And specifically, we're going to talk about being specific in our keywords. So let's review what a keyword is: a word or phrase or sentence that represents the main idea or topic of a piece of content. But it is also a way that we refer to ourselves, our title, our business, our service that we provide that our people are going to be looking for, right? So, for example, I'm a website builder, and people hopefully will be putting a website designer, creator, builder in there, right? But today I'm going to ask you to think about those subtasks. Think about the other things that you do specifically that people could be looking for. So my customers might be looking for websites, but they could also be looking for landing pages or funnels or email campaigns. So I should include content that includes reference to those things specifically in case that's what they're searching for. And I want you to challenge you to understand today that we don't know where people are coming from. They're branching off from all different things as they're searching. And they could start out with one word and go to something more specific. And not that we want to put a whole menu of things out there. We want to do the things we want people to find us for, but you don't want to be excluded because you didn't include something out there either. So make sure you do the things that are the most important to you, because we don't know what they're going to enter and what they're looking for specifically. If we try to anticipate it, then we're going to be a step ahead. And this way they can go out and find what they need, get to your site, and find out more about you, because we want you to be findable. If they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
I love how Denise breaks everything down. So for those of you out there who don't know, I'm an ABC 123 girl. So as entrepreneurs, we all want to be found, but we don't want all the jargon words, the SEO, the this, the that, because when you start going there, I start hearing wah, 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 wah. But Denise has a way of making it sound easy enough that you can go, oh, that makes sense to me. And she has put all this amazing information in her new book. It's Be Findable. If they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Now, in full transparency, I don't have this book yet, but it's on my wish list. So I'll be getting it soon.
Well, Kat, I can say that I do have Denise's book, and I just started reading it this week, and I'm up to chapter 4 already, and it is so great. It's a great reference point if you're new to findability, you're looking to get more visitors to your website. This is a great first step to be introduced to how Denise's tips and tricks can help you.
I can't wait to get it.
It is worth.
I'm in that same boat, but I keep getting more and more from her in each segment. So I'm super excited that I just learned a little bit more today.
Woohoo. Well, you know who else I'm excited for is our next roving reporter, which is going to be Donna Bender. And she has a segment today for Surprise and Delight Marketing on giving seeds of gratitude to your clients on this coming Earth Day.
Donna Bender is a certified Givologist branded product specialist, corporate marketing trainer, creator of The Giving Plan, show host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter and a daisy for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight Marketing segment is on how Earth Day is the perfect time to plant your seeds of gratitude for your clients. I'm not just any daisy. I'm a daisy on a mission to spread joy and celebrate Earth Day. And what better way to celebrate our beautiful planet than by showing a little appreciation to those who have helped our businesses bloom? So whether you're a gardening expert or you just love the color green, Earth Day is the perfect time to plant seeds of gratitude. Imagine the smile on your clients' and employees' faces when they receive a thoughtful, earth-friendly gift. Desk plants are extremely popular now, and there are so many kits where you could send beautiful lavender. These are good luck clovers. And then there are these wonderful seeded papers, and they have all different shapes. They have either herbs or flowers. They're flat. You could put them in a greeting card and send a thank you. And then this wonderful plastic tumbler made out of recycled plastic also comes in this fabulous reusable box, which turns into a desk terrarium. And so you could fill it up with soil and seeds and make your own. And so these gifts are not just thoughtful gifts, but they are great examples of how many products are being made today from plastics and metals that are repurposed, reused, and recycled. So let's make this Earth Day a memorable one. It is the perfect time to show your appreciation to our planet for generations to come. And let's remember to sprinkle a little of those seeds of gratitude and thank our clients and business relationships with the same care and dedication to keep our planet safe. Cheers. Back to you, Kim and Carrie.
Oh my gosh. I love Donna Bender so much. And Daisy.
I love her segments. I can't wait to see what she's going to do next. You know, I thought maybe she'd be dressed up as like a globe, like a world globe or something, but the daisy's cute. I love it.
Oh my God. It makes me think of the daisy plant I used to have. It was a singing plant. I don't know if you, and when you pressed it, it would say, good morning. And then it would go into a song, Daisy, Daisy.
I remember those.
Oh my God. I loved my singing plant so much. And seeing Donna in that costume made me think of it. So, which was actually a gift Okay. The truth is, I bought it as a gift for somebody, but I liked it so much that I kept it for myself. And I think of myself every time that I looked at it and played with it. So thank you, Donna, for reminding me of that amazing gift. And if you want more ideas for gifts that you can give to your clients throughout the year on other wacky holidays, Donna has her show and tell coming up on Tuesday, April 30th at 1 p.m. Central Time. So you will want to reach out to Donna to find out how you can attend and get even more brilliant ideas of how to make yourself memorable and remembered by your clients.
I am so impressed that she has got a collection of gifts for each of her wacky holidays. And I'm just as impressed by how motivational our next roving reporter is with her conversations and how she gets connections between different people. So if we could head to our next roving reporter for conversations and storytelling for entrepreneurs.
Linda Bonney is a published author, conversationalist, writer, storyteller, podcast host, production manager, and GME roving reporter.
Good morning, entrepreneurs. Today, I'd like to talk about motivation from conversations. As entrepreneurs, I think we are driven to accomplish certain things. We like to see our business be a success, and we often like to push ourselves in order to do that. Now, conversations, I believe, can motivate you to see the smaller picture instead of the bigger vision that you may have. Conversations may help you drill it down into smaller parts of the goal that you are trying to achieve. They may motivate you to take the next step. They may get you out of a bit of a funk as well. Think about the people around you that you can have conversations with, and start by setting small goals and having small conversations about what you would like to achieve, maybe in the next hour or the next day or week. Having that community around you certainly helps motivate entrepreneurs towards success. That's it for now. Back to you in the GME studio.
Oh my gosh.
I love her segments. I do. Her voice is so like, I'd be like, oh, I could just go to sleep. It just sounds very soothing. I'm not sure that's the effect she wants.
I love that she points out that the conversations that we have with other people can motivate us to do things. And that's how I feel when we come together and record our podcast together, because her and I have the Mucked Up My Self-Care podcast. But it's not even that. It's also like our Groundwork Brigade sessions. If we're coming in not feeling so great, where we have this idea, all of a sudden after some conversation, we seem to be motivated to go ahead and hit it head on. And I kind of think that's how she finally came around to collection. I always get these messed up, but her collection three of volume 1 finally published. I mean, she had to have been so motivated to get all 3 of these collections done and out there for everyone to enjoy. So
I'm just so impressed that with all the kids that she has and all as busy as she is, and she's got a collection.
Yeah. Three collections. Collection 1, 2, and 3 of Stories with a Sunday Roast.
So if you haven't checked them out yet, go ahead and head to her. I think you can get to her website. If not, she's definitely findable on Amazon for collections 1, 2, and 3 in volume 1.
Yes. And I think it's time that we are going to another one of our sponsors for this quick commercial break with the Money Barista Club.
Do you find your finances confusing or overwhelming? Well, guess what? You're not alone. I'm Kerry Zarb and I am the Money Barista. It's time to take away those sleepless nights, all the stress and pressure we feel from those flippin' digits. Finances can be hard, and this is why your seat at the virtual cafe is reserved in the Money Barista Club. Our meetups are held on the third Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m. Central Time, and I'm inviting you to join us to ask questions, gain access to resources so that you can get in control of your business finances. This is where coffee meets money. Are you ready? What are you waiting for? It's time for you to be in the driver's seat of your finances. Head over to kerryzarb.com/club to join me in the virtual cafe and start controlling the beans in your business today.
So I just have a quick confession to make. Not only did I take Kat's line from her, I totally skipped over something we were supposed to do. And Kat, I apologize for stepping on your toes. And I do want to remind everybody that you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. And we are so glad that you are here watching us. And we are definitely messy and all today. And we hope you are having as much fun as we are.
And with that, let's go to our next roving reporter, the Money Barista, also known as the infamous Kerry Zarb.
Kerry Zarb is a rock star podcaster, brilliant entrepreneur, director of Zinc Business Solutions, cover girl, mastermind leader, and GME roving reporter. Let me introduce you to Kerry Zarb, the Money Barista. In her famous words, let's go, it's coffee time. She also says happy biz beans to you because she's a financial guru. She hosts the Money Barista podcast. She has the Money Barista savings tool that she created and has saved over $100,000 for this community. She also is the leader of the Money Barista Club, where she helps everybody get in control of their finances, and she's the author of the Money Barista book, All Things Money and Coffee. She loves beans of all kinds.
Welcome to the Virtual Cafe for this week's segment about business finances. Today, we're going to chat about why do you need a digital shoebox? A digital shoebox can really help you stay in control of your business finances. Have you ever sat down to work on your finances and gone, where's my bank statement? I don't have that receipt. Where did I put that bit of paper? And then next minute you're running around your house or your office and you're hunting for all of these things. Maybe you're diving onto platforms online and logging in to get those receipts or the bank statements. A digital shoebox can give you the answer to these problems. It can save you so much time. Think about what you can put in your digital shoebox, maybe to work on your finances every single week or month, or it can actually come together as your evidence file for when you need to do your taxes. The digital shoebox has saved my time so much. I've been able to get my hands on the documents I need when I need them by having one place on my computer to put all of the documents. Every email that I receive that's related to my business finances, save it to the digital shoebox. Every receipt that I have, take a photo on your phone and place it in your digital shoebox. It can save you so much time and so much stress and actually help you stay in control to keep working on the business finances when you want to. So this is why you need a digital shoebox. It will save you time, it will save you stress, and most of all, it will stop you from putting off working on the business finances because everything's at your fingertips. That's all today from the Virtual Cafe. Back to you, Kim.
I love her segments. Now, I have to say that I'm not part of the Money Barista Club. And Adam, I know you are. So do you want to maybe tell our audience a little bit more about your experience with that?
Yes, I have been so happy to be in the Money Barista Club because Kerry has really helped me get in control of my business finances. She has tools exclusively for club members that I'm able to use that helps keep me on track. And I am so grateful to her for having the club. She meets the third Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. Central Time. We just had the club meeting this past Wednesday, and I love it because it gives me the space to work on my business finances as well as getting her assistance when I need it. So connect with Kerry and find out how you can join the club.
Yes. And we'd love to go to our next segment where we'll get to talk about some other people who make great business owners, such as veterans.
How do you recognize when you should or should not become a business owner?
I've not found that in veterans. Veterans have the drive. Veterans have the capacity. Veterans are tenacious. Veterans can quick pivot on a dime. Veterans can say, okay, don't do it this way, do it this way. And they take orders very well. Sometimes they need to find out for themselves. But for me, the recognition is when someone's passionate about something, when they talk about it all the time, when they see like, no one knows except for you, the passion for my color purple. And I'm passionate about the color purple. It speaks to me in a way that no other color speaks to me. So when I'm passionate about purple, I have purple everything, purple pens, purple, you name it. It's when they have that passion, then it's a yeah. They may not know everything, but it's okay. But if they don't have that passion, when they're like, oh, maybe I should, and maybe I'm supposed to, and you just say, I don't think that's going to work for them. You don't have to tell them that. But if they ask you, I wouldn't say, no, you shouldn't be an entrepreneur. I would say, find something that lights you up, because I don't think this is the thing that lights you up.
I love this so much.
I love those segments.
They're so good. Thank you so much for your service, as well as for shedding light onto these little tidbits that you've been sharing with us, because I am sure that someone watching today needs to hear that. So thank you.
Yes. And I'm going to second what Kim said. Is I love this so much too. I love your military minute segments, Kat, and the way you are spotlighting the veterans is incredible. So thank you.
Well, besides the color purple, veterans are my passion, and so is fitness. So those three together.
I love it. The trifecta.
Yeah.
Well, somebody else we're passionate about is our next roving reporter, who is Jill Olish, and she is going to have a segment for Mama Entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the founder of Mama Outspoken, executive team leader, postpartum awareness advocate, vision board party host, event coordinator, podcast host, GME associate producer, and a roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. So I am realizing that most days I'm a hot mess. I'm so forgetful on things. And I'm standing here in my son's room, and I happen to look ahead of me and notice I forgot my son's sleeping sack thing, whatever they sleep in school. So great. I can't believe I messed that one up today. But I'm also realizing that so much else in my life is messy, yet I'm still making moves every day closer to the vision that I have for myself in my life and my business. With vision boards, I don't always get to come out of our party that we have quarterly feeling like I really made a clear addition to my vision board. But I also realized after reviewing my older vision boards that so much has happened since then that there really is momentum picking up places. I am getting things done, even though it may not feel like it. Even though I might be forgetful and forget my son's knapsack, he's still got the day of school done. He's still got a nap. I might not have gotten everything on my calendar done, but I still got things done, and I have the ability to work on them tomorrow. So life is messy. Business is messy. Vision boards are messy. Our lives keep going. And so we can keep getting past those messes. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Oh my God, Jill. I love it. I love how you reinforce the fact that life is messy. Everything is messy, but we do make strides. We do make achievements. And I am so excited for the vision board party coming up on April 29th at 6 p.m. Central Time. So we hope everybody will join us for that. If you've never created a vision board, this is the perfect party to come to. If you're looking to up-level your vision board, this is also the party to come to. And you should connect with Jill to find out how you can attend.
Jill, I think it's important that, what you talked about is important for everybody, but specifically for entrepreneurs, because there was a time when I wasn't an entrepreneur, but I felt as I had so many things on my list and I got half of them done, but I only focused on the ones that I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as an entrepreneur, it's really important to look at what you have done and say, okay, I got this done. I have this other stuff, but tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yeah. It's, we don't have to be perfect to make moves in our businesses. So just keep doing our best.
That's all we can do. Keep it moving. We do it messy. That's what we do in this community. Do it messy and then get better if you can. So I told you guys, I'm talking to the audience, that we have royalty amongst us. We had a queen of findability, and now we have a king of interviews with our next roving reporter, Adam Rothenberg, and Entrepreneurs in Entertainment.
Adam Rothenberg is a media personality, interview king, clubhouse manager, published author, event coordinator, red carpet correspondent, GME associate producer, and roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. It's Adam, and I am back in the closet. And this week, instead of telling a behind-the-curtain story, I wanted to share part of my interview with Brentley Gore, who played Matt Garrison on the hit 90s television series California Dreams, because what we talked about during our interview related to some of the things we discuss here in the My Sexy Business community. I want to start off with the first question about the title of the album, At the Ready. So what does that title mean to you?
Like, I'm at the ready, and all these songs are my my newest release, and I'm ready to go. Let's put my running shoes on and boots and get out there, and I'm ready to do it. And it was really profoundly cathartic for me to release them. But once it happened, once I put this out, I mean, the biggest weight was off of my shoulders. It's like I've been lugging all of this music over the years to be like, what am I going to do with it?
And I love how you mentioned that you were carrying this weight around, that all of those songs felt like this huge weight on your shoulders. And when you released the album, you let it go. And I'm in an entrepreneurial community where we actually talk about carrying around all of these things that we need to do in our backpack and how heavy it is. And I just love that you gave a very similar analogy. And one thing I do to help me, which I'm surprised at how much it really works, is I keep all of my thoughts of things I want to do on different sticky notes, and I have them in different order of when I want to approach working on them. So that's one way I help not keep that bag so heavy.
Maybe I'll start taking that, writing those things down.
I hope this clip will resonate with you as much as it did with me. It's back to you in the GME studio.
I love that, Adam. You know, when you go back in the closet, remember Will and Grace, when he goes, it's Jack. That's what it reminds me of. But I know you don't have a picture, Adam, because we did see the video, but what's the one thing in that interview that stood out to you the most?
Adam, you're going to have to come off mute to share with us today.
Oh, I do. I am going to say the one thing that I kept thinking about this whole time is that, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I am talking to Matt Garrison from California Dreams. That is what kept going through my mind because I loved that show so much growing up.
A little starstruck, maybe?
It was. And I'm just going to say it's very apropos that the video played today because tonight I'm hosting a Q&A with the cast of California Dreams. So it's all day California dreaming.
You're just walking on air, man. That's great. So I told you that he's the king of interviews, Adam, that is. But if you want to know more about Adam, he has what is called an entertainment platform. He has done over 1,500 interviews with different celebrities. And if you want to go check him out, go check the number of people that he's interviewed. I think you might be pleasantly surprised, and you may want to stay and just look at all the interviews.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kat.
And another entertainment option we have, I want to check first with our associate producer if their timing is working out for us, because we have one commercial break that we'll go to as we're nearing the end of our show today.
Here we go.
All right.
Do you remember making vision boards, getting a bunch of magazines and cutting out all the pretty images and headings? Do you remember feeling the drive after doing that and wanting to work so badly on obtaining all those things? I'm Jill Olish, the executive leader of the My Sexy Business team and host of our vision board parties. Vision boards are a powerful tool we use to help create the life we want. We can make our dreams our reality. And now we are bringing the fun to the community. You are invited to join us for our next vision board party. Whether this is your first time or you're due for an update, we will be working on updating our own vision boards and celebrating some of our wins from the quarter too. Bring your goals, aspirations, imagination, and snacks to create the visual roadmap to your dream life. RSVP with your email for the Zoom link at mysexybusiness.com.
Awesome. So we have to remember to follow up with our connections. And I know that is one thing that I always need to make sure I do is follow up with everyone that attends those vision board parties to make sure that they are getting closer to their dreams that they're putting down on those things. So
nice segue there, Joe. I have to say, nice segue. But I do have to say also that I've been to your vision board parties, and there are quite a few things that I've put on that vision board that have come true. I'm just going to say.
Yay.
So I think we need to quickly go into Princess Speak and talk about today's word. Today's Princess Speak word is don't drop them off at the corner. And we did just recently discuss this word on the March 29th show. So we just wanted to bring it up again because it really does go along with following up with your connections, because you don't want somebody to contact you and not have a way to, you don't want somebody to try to contact you and not have a way to get in touch with you. You don't want to drop them off at the corner with nowhere to go.
Or even
absolutely. I'm sorry, Joe, go ahead.
No, you're good. Or even make the promise of saying you will follow up with them and then not doing it. That's one way to drop them off at the corner for sure.
I like to think of it as we talk about in our community, everything is circular. Close the circle. Yeah. So when you follow up, do what you need to do. And if they get back to you or not, that's up to them, but you close the circle on your end. So I think that's super important.
And we want to remind everybody that, well, we want to remind you, the entrepreneur watching, to follow up with your connections and make sure you don't drop them off at the corner with nowhere to go. So as Princess Kim would say, love y'all and let's dance it out.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.